Hello, everyone. I am finally going to talk about my experience at ITFKA. Before this video begins, please note that everything expressed here is my personal opinion and perspective based on my own experience during this martial arts tournament. This video is intended for commentary, educational, and documentation purposes. I do not intend to defame or hurt any individual, organization, or governing body. Throughout my match, I was repeatedly penalized for actions such as excessive contact and targeting illegal areas, to the point where I felt unable to use my fists without risking disqualification. In contrast, my opponent was permitted to strike with full force, including to the face and 5 times to the back of my head and nape of my neck, without receiving any warnings and receiving minimal penalties. This perceived inconsistency in officiating significantly impacted my ability to perform, maintain, and be confident throughout the match. I am bringing this up to highlight the disparity in enforcement and raise questions about 1, the fairness in judging, 2, the ethics in ITFKA, and 3, whether or not it would be a good place to spar in for people looking to go into martial arts. I respect the sport and its rules, but due to the inconsistent officiating by our referee and organizer of the tournament, Daniel Tomazaki, I feel it made it difficult to compete fairly. This post is not to complain, but to share my side and bring light to something that fighters should never have to experience: a biased referee. After this message, you will see the raw footage from all 4 matches. I also want to call out the unprofessionalism of Daniel Tomazaki, our referee. In our match, he frequently threatened me with disqualification between matches and rounds. He shoved me back to my side after a round, causing me to trip up when I was already walking back towards my side and had already stopped hitting, as well as stopped the match. See, there's a fine line for referee. When 2 athletes are going at it and he calls break and they don't stop it, yes, the referee has to get in to get everyone back to their side. However, in this scenario, I had already stopped the fight and began walking back to my side, or at least I was about to, when he put his hand on me and shoved me towards my side, causing me to trip up, and I needed to adjust myself like this. He shoved me and I had to adjust myself in order to not fall over and hit the ground. This was extremely unprofessional, and he should not be allowed to make moves like this. Furthermore, he would stop the match due to unprofessional calls and for reasons that were very vague. Now, we need to define some terms. Excessive contact. Because we do this tournament is called light continuous sparring, it means that it's supposed to be very point-based. It's very tap and run. You need to score points. You're not supposed to be going that hard. He used this rule against me to the point where I could no longer properly use my fists. I was scared to hit my opponent's head while they continually slammed me with roundhouse after haymaker, haymaker after roundhouse, with no penalty. And the second term, illegal moves. This refers to, in this instant, hitting the bare face. This was already a very weird and inconsistent rule set that is based completely on what the referee sees. The rules of illegal shots say that we are allowed to hit the headgear itself, but we cannot hit the bare face. So that means no aiming for the eyes, nose, or mouth, and chin. My opponent got away with hitting me in the face multiple times, right on the chin, right in the eyes, right on the mouth, without penalty, while I was repeatedly criticized for hitting him too hard and hitting his bare face, which was illegal contact. throughout the entire match. Now, there were times during this match where you will see later that I was hitting his headgear, and I was still being called out for illegal moves. This is why I say that Daniel Tomozaki's unprofessionalism deeply affected this entire match. And it was very unprofessional. For this reason, I will no longer participate in anything based in ITFKA. I will no longer be participating in any tournaments run by Daniel Tomozaki or his organizations, namely Tomozaki's Champions or ITFKA. Instead, I will turn my priority to something more suited for me, which will be different places that are able to accept me into their community, unlike this place which attacks me for being there. Thank you for listening to this, and the footage comes after. Watch it with your own discretion, of course. One more time, just in case, because I don't know how they're going to react to this. Let me pull up the script. Here it is. Please note that everything expressed here is my personal opinion and perspective based on my very own negative and scummy experience during this martial arts tournament. This video is intended for commentary, educational, and documentation purposes, and to call out what happens when you have a very biased tournament. I do not intend to defame or target any individual, organization, or governing body. Viewer discretion is advised, and have a good day.
Okay, ready? Let's go, Raymond. And, all right, fight. Bridge. Ready? Start. Break! First warning. Okay. Heavy, Raymond. 1 point. 1 point. 1 point. All right. Okay. You had a point. Okay. By the way, this is black, this is blue. We're looking at the gloves. Okay. Spark. Break! Okay, hit the face. Okay. Second warning. Okay. Point. It's black. Point black. Next one's gonna be out of the entire competition. Okay. Go!
Just then, you could actually hear him say and threaten me, saying, if you do this again, you are going to be out of the entire tournament. And you can see I nodded there. He does this throughout the rest of my matches. Both matches, all 4 rounds, he does this the entire time, threatening me with disqualification and to be kicked out of the entire tournament.
10 seconds! Time! Break! Okay. Corners. Break! Break! And fight! Side, right side, side. Break! And spark! Tired, go in, go in! Pressure, keep the pressure, he's tired, let's go! Go. 10 seconds! Ready? You got it. 3.
Josiah, pause for ring number 1, please. Josiah.
And spark.
Ice cream hits.
It's good.
We go, Joseph.
There you go.
Let's go.
Hey, break.
You see in this second, he's about to make a warning sign towards me again, saying that I was fouled again. I fouled again, right? And the camera cuts off here, but after this round was over, he tells me again that if I do that again, I'm going to be disqualified when I didn't do anything. I was barely even hitting him. I used maybe 20, if not even just 15% of my energy, my power, while my opponent is hitting me full force without a single warning throughout the first round of this second match. He's slamming haymakers into me over and over again with absolutely no consequence. But if I had done the exact same thing, I would have been disqualified by my first punch. I should mention, by the time this first round of the second match finished up, I had been hit in the back of the head 3 times.
Spark.
Okay, Jason, Joseph, let's go.
Distance. East, east. East. 10 seconds.
We go, Joseph.
Distance. Everything. Sorry. Distance.
Keep going, Joseph. Let's go, Joseph. Keep going. Keep going.
By the end of the second round, I had been hit in the head 5 times. In the back of the head, which is extremely dangerous, by the way. This is how many boxers got life-threatening injuries, and he only called it once. Throughout the entire fight, both matches, his bias is shown so heavily against me that it shocks me that more people haven't noticed. It's insane what Tomazaki is getting away with, and I think it's a horrible thing if I don't call it out. After this fight was over, I got second place, my opponent got first place, and I want to say this again, I congratulate my opponent for winning. I think he did a great job. I think he was a great fighter, and that it was a good win. But I don't think that the referee, Tomazaki himself, did a good job refereeing. I think he should deeply reflect on the way he referees and the way he does his job. One more aspect I want to critique is that my event cost $80 to compete in. Spectating tickets were $25 each. With that amount of money and over 200 different athletes and over 22 schools under your event, then you should be able to afford mats when people are fighting. In this scenario, we had no mats and the carpet was extremely slippery. It was very hard to ground ourselves for the fight because of this said reason, and thus people could not use their full skill, and it was a horrible situation. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good night, everyone. Next week, I plan to drop my World Oyama 2025 Karate Tournament video. Please look forward to that when it comes out. And I hate that this happened because I hate to leave negative reviews on events. I love competing. You've seen all my other vlogs, my Golden State vlogs, my other international competition vlogs and everything. I love doing this. So it really does hurt me to leave such a negative review on a event. But it has to be said because this was a horrible thing that should not happen to anyone ever again. This was a horrible thing, and I want to reiterate, this should not happen to anyone ever. In this scenario, Tomazaki was very biased. He was very out for me. I don't know why. Like I said before, I don't know why he wanted me to lose so bad. But he did, and this is what happened. Thank you very much for watching again, and have a good day.